Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is another video in our data restriction algorithm series. As part of this video, we are going to understand how do you convert a list into an array, right? This implementation is going to be very easy, to be honest. And let me just show you that implementation now itself. Public int array, because you want to return the array, you want to convert a list into an array. That's why this return type is integer array, right? The method name we are taking as toArray, because we'll be calling it on the list object, right? So list.toArray, so the readability is there, right? So now what we are trying to do, just declare our temp array, int array temp array. Now what is the size that we give to this one? The size variable that we already have in our linked list. In our last video we implemented this method, right? We just return the value of the size variable to calculate the size of the linked list. And if you already have the size of the nodes, right, the same size variable we can use to implement our toArray method, right? So okay, we have declared our temporary array. Now what we should do, now let's take a temporary variable as current node, which will hold the value of the head node. Now let's create a for loop. Now you can do this in two ways. Let me show you one way, then I'll tell you the other one as well. So I have taken a for loop. It will go from I is equal to 0 till I is less than size, right? And what you're doing with every iteration for this temp array of I index, what you want to store the value of the current node, right? And with every single iteration you want to jump to the next node. That we are doing with this line, current is equal to current.next. Now you can achieve the same thing with while loop as well. I'm just trying to keep this method implementation with respect to our temp array. That's why I have taken this for loop. There's no other choice behind taking the for loop instead of while loop. That's it. So with every single iteration you will take the current node value, you will store it at that particular index, and you will jump to the next node. Now in the end what you will do, you will straightforward return the temp array, right? So now I think we have two nodes in our linked list, right? From this get size method we have seen that. Now when we are trying to convert it to array, we are supposed to literally see those two nodes when we are trying to print them as out. Again I'm making the use of that utility class, which is arrays dot toString list dot the method that we implemented just now, that is toArray, right? Let's print it. We are supposed to get 10 and actually 20 and 30, or 10 20, yeah, 10 20, yeah, because we already removed 30 as part of this method and we removed 40 as part of this method. Then only two elements got remained in our list, and when we tried to convert them to array, we were able to get them, that is 10 20. So yeah, our implementation is perfect, right? This is a very straightforward, simple way of converting a list to an array. And these spaces I have provided because there is something called separation of concern, separation of logic, right? So we know that this logic stands for something and this logic stands for something, and the end then this logic stands for something, right? So it makes sense when you have multiple lines of code and when you actually haven't defined that functionality in a separate method. That's when it makes perfect sense to provide at least one line of space, so that you know that this logic stands for a particular objective or something. So I hope you were able to understand this very simple implementation of converting a list to array, right? So in next video is going to be very interesting, because we are going to practice one interview question that is asked a lot in almost every single big company, right? That is actually reversing a linked list. And that reversing a linked list, I'll be showing you visually first that how it is actually happening with those pointers, and then I'll do the implementation also in front of you. So meanwhile, let's just understand these addition, removal, toArray, size and all those methods. and see you in the next video. May the source be with you.